Inovio is one of the top 8 biotech companies that is in the race to find the cure for the COVID vaccine. And because of that, their stocks have gone through the roof. It's been astronomically crazy. So today, I'm going to tell you everything that you guys need to know about Inovio and if it's a possible stock that you guys might consider investing in. Alright, so today we are going to be covering 4 main topics. Okay? The first one is, what is Inovio and what do they do? Second part is, how are their stock prices and what have their trends been? Okay? The third one is upcoming news on Inovio. And finally, number 4 is my take on Inovio, my target prices for them, and what I'm planning to do within the next couple months. So let's go. Well, before we talk about Inovio, I just want to cover Operation Warp Speed. So if you guys didn't know, Operation Warp Speed is a government-funded program that is meant to fund companies that are really close to finding a vaccine for COVID-19. And since it's funded by the government, it has a huge budget. Okay? Currently, it has a budget of $10 billion. And currently, there are only 8 companies in Operation Warp Speed. And Inovio is one of them. So that is why they are one of the front runners of the COVID-19 race for the vaccine. Oh, and before I continue, please remember that my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. If you guys are going to be investing in these stocks, please invest responsibly and invest with only money that you can afford to lose. And make sure you guys do your due diligence. Alright, so with that, let's go. So now, what is Inovio and what do they do? Okay. Well, Inovio Pharmaceuticals was founded in 1983. It is an American biotechnology company focused on the discovery, development, and commercialization of synthetic DNA products for treating cancers and infectious diseases. So basically, their company is to create synthetic DNA cells, plug them into a cell, and then have that cell produce T cells and antibodies. And those T cells and antibodies are specific to the DNAs and to the viruses that they're meant to kill. So that is their idea of how to attack this COVID-19 virus. So how have their vaccines been doing against COVID-19? Well, they just published their phase 1 interim data and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. So the data says that 94% of phase 1 trial participants demonstrated overall immune response at week 6 after 2 doses of the Eno 4800 in trial with 40 healthy volunteers in preliminary analysis. So they had an immune response to the vaccine, which is a good thing because they are developing antibodies. Now, one of the important parts of the vaccine is how safe is it? And I think that this is where Inovio comes ahead. It says that through week 8, Eno 4800 regimen was deemed safe and well tolerated with no serious adverse effects. All reported adverse events were grade 1 in severity. So out of the 40 people who volunteered for the trial, 10 of them actually reported that there were slight adverse effects. And it was grade 1 in severity. So it wasn't that big. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. 25% of them have an adverse effect. And if it's a grade 1 severity, it probably isn't that bad. So that was the interim phase 1 data, and now they are collecting more people to do more tests. Alright, so let's move on to the fun part and talk about their stocks and their trends. And what have they been doing, and oh boy, have they been doing a lot. Okay, so let's look at their stocks. Okay, so this is Inovio. It is currently at $27.05 as of Tuesday, Tuesday, July 21st. Its market cap is $4.27 billion. Its earnings per share is negative 1.6. Since it's a biotech company, yeah, they're not making any money, so it's no surprise it's a negative, okay? Its 52-week range is $1.92 all the way to $33. Okay? So, I mean, even though, like, let's just not consider $33, $27. From, let's say, $2 to $27. That's a 13-time multiple. So now the question is, why are they jumping up so quickly? And what is the catalyst? And can you predict those catalysts? What are the trends for those? And I believe that you can. I believe that you can. Okay. So let's look at this. As you guys can see, and the first really big major jump happened in around beginning of March. And it went from $3 all the way to $8, $9. Now the question is, what happened in March? Well, if you go through their data, you can see that in March 2020, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation provided Inovio with a grant of $5 million for testing and scaling up of the, pretty much for their vaccine for COVID-19. So that was in March. I mean, $5 million, yeah, $5 million is a big amount of money, but it's not like that big amount of money. I mean, look at this, okay? This stock went from $4 to $14 at its high. So like, I mean, even when it dropped down, it went to $7. So from $4 to $7, that is not $5 million worth, okay? I mean, shares alone, that's worth a lot more than $5 million. But just because of the news, okay, their stock prices went up. And like, it's been crazy, okay? Went from $4 to $7, okay? And then all the way from $7 to $14. And then it dropped down here. So $13. Like, that is crazy. And what happened? What happened in April 15th? Well, in April, this is reported in April 16th. April 16th, CEPI, which is the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation, has granted $6.9 million in funding to Inovio to work with pretty much their vaccine. $6.9 million, okay? $6.9 million, and what happens? Their stock went from $7 to pretty much $14. Like, it pretty much doubled, okay? For a measly $7 million, okay? Their stock doubled. And at this time, they were valued around $1 billion. So their stock jumped from $1 billion to $2 billion with an infusion of $7 million. $7 million, okay? That is crazy, okay? It only takes $7 million to double the stock. That's how hyped the stock is. Then after that, what happened after that? Well, after that, right here, as you guys can see, mid-June, it went from $14 all the way to $31. $31. Oh boy, $31. Check that out. And what happened? Well, Inovio received $7.1 million contract from the U.S. Department of Defense to scale up their manufacturing of their Selectra 3 PSP smart device and procurement of the Selectra 2000 for COVID-19 DNA vaccine. That was a big mouthful, but simply the Department of Defense gave Inovio $71 million for them to produce more vaccine, And what happens? What happens after that? Right after that, it went from $14 to $31. Went over 100%. It doubled again. Now it's at $27, so it pretty much is double of $14, okay? So that is how Inovio is playing this card, okay? Basically, what they do is they go out and they ask for funding. And the president of Inovio, this guy, Joseph Kim, he is an amazing guy to take advantage of this COVID-19. And all he does is he goes out and asks for money. And what happens when he asks for money? After he asks for money, he gets more money from people investing in his stock. Like, that is a brilliant play. Like, that is so crazy because every time he gets money, his stock's doubled. So that is brilliant, alright? Freaking brilliant. And yeah, his vaccine is good too. Okay. Alright, so before we end part 2, let's look at some statistics. So currently their revenue is $2.6 million in the last 12 trailing months. Everything is negative because obviously they're not making any money. But what is very interesting, okay, is as of the most recent quarter, their total cash is $270 million. 270 million, and like their operating expense is only 110 million. So they have enough cash as of the recent quarter, which ended in March 31st. Okay, their recent quarter ended in March 31st. So they had enough revenue to last for 2 years since March 31st. Now it is June, and since March 31st, they have pretty much quadrupled their money. So they probably have like 8 years worth of like money. Like, yeah. Yes. Oh boy. Alright, so now let's move on to part 3, and that is upcoming events. What is their current projection? What are they doing now? So currently right now, they are planning phase 2 and phase 3 of their COVID-19 vaccine testing, okay? And to do that, they are finding volunteers to start their trials. And they are saying that they are probably going to start phase 2/3 by summer, probably during summer, which summer is coming to an end in like a month and a half. So probably in a month and a half, they'll probably start their trials, hopefully. But like, dude, these things can get delayed for apparently no reason. Right? So who knows? Also, they will be releasing their earnings on August 10th. But realistically, nobody cares about their earnings because they don't have any products. They are definitely not profitable, so nobody really cares about their earnings. Alright, so now moving on to part 4, and that is, what is my prediction, what is my price target, and what am I planning to do in the next few months? Yeah. And within the next few months, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be buying a little bit of Inovio. My game plan for this COVID vaccine race is to buy all of them. A little bit of all of them, a little bit at a time, and sell them when it hits the high point. I really believe that from now till 3 months from now, no one's going to have a vaccine ready, okay? And if nobody has a vaccine ready, then all these stocks are going to go up because of hype. Because of hype, all these stocks are going to go up. So, might as well own a little bit of all of them, and hopefully they go up, and then I sell it, and then buy some more afterwards. So if we look at Inovio here, after this huge spike all the way to $31 in the end of June, you can see that it dropped down to 19, and then it has been on a steady climb since then. For me, I think that a good price to jump in is around $24. I still think that $27 is pretty high. For me, I would start buying at $24 and then buy some more if it drops some more. And some of you guys may be thinking that, isn't this a risky play? Yes, yes, it is a risky play. But Inovio and all these companies that I'm going to cover are all in the Operation Warp Speed. So they are funded by the government. So because of the government backing them up, it is obviously they can fail, but there's going to be a lot of hype, okay? As long as you get out before the first vaccine enters the market, that is probably going to be in early January. The earliest that the vaccines is approved by the FDA is going to be early January. So you have a good 5 to 6 month window. And from now till then, all bets are off, okay? Because, oh boy, it's going to be a race. Okay? And whoever gets there, they're going to be a very, very rich company. And the thing is, there could be more than one vaccine, okay? There's no reason why there can't be 2 or 3 vaccines. So it's not too late to the party. For these guys. For the other 100 people competing, it might be kind of late. But for these guys, it's okay. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have not done so already, please hit the like button. I would appreciate it so much. It would help me out a lot. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by August, the end of August. I think I can do it, but I need your help. If you guys could just click the subscribe button, that would help me out immensely. Thank you so much, okay? And I wish you guys all the best of luck in investing. So, until next time, bye.